Good morning, my dear students. Today we are discussing with the new phylum, that is phylum Nemantihelminthes or Aschelminthes. Georg Bohr in 1859 created a group Nemantihelminthes to play some pseudo-coelomates animals. Graben in 1910 introduced the term Aschelminthes in place of Nemantihelminthes to avoid certain confusion. Phylum Nemantihelminthes comprises of animals commonly called as nematodes or roundworms or threadworms. Ascus, the word meaning, that is cavity, and helminthes, that means the worm. Like nematos, that means the thread, and helminthes, that means the worm. So Aschelminthes or pseudo-coelomates, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, unsegmented, vermiform, organ grade of organization with complete digestive tube. This is an important character of phylum Nemantihelminthes. Examples, which is commonly known as Ascaris lumbricoides, roundworm, Wuchereria branchofti, filarial worm, Enterobius vermicularis, pin or threadworm, Ankylostoma duodenale, it is commonly called as hookworm, Trichinella spiralis, trichina worm, Loya, that is the eye worm. These are the examples which comes under the phylum Nemantihelminthes or Aschelminthes. Moving on, the general characters of phylum Nemantihelminthes. So these are triploblastic, bilateral symmetrical, vermiform, unsegmented, cylindrical, true worms with pseudo-seal. So those animals, they are called as pseudo-coelomate. So the body is covered with transparent cuticle composed of scleroprotein. Cuticle in the strongyloids, that means the order which comes under the nematodes, is modified into an umbrella-like form known as bursa, which is generally supported by muscular rays. Essential epidermis generally without cilia. Anterior cephalization is not prominent, therefore the body is without any definite regions. Caudal end of the body generally straight in female but coiled in males, and the males are shorter than females. Body wall has only longitudinal muscles. The layers of the body wall generally made up of cuticle, subcuticle or epidermis and muscle layer. The cuticle is generally of keratin, which allows only glucose and urea, etc. Digestive tract well developed, generally made up of mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, intestine and anus. So both the respiratory and circulatory system are absent in case of phylum Nemantihelminthes. Excretory system comprised of 1 or 2 rennet cells or photonephridia. Nervous system consisting of circumpharyngeal nerve ring and 6 longitudinal nerve cords. Presence of sensory papillae, that is amphids in case of mouth, and phasmids, which is present in anus. All are dioecious, that is the sexes are separate with sexual dimorphism, which you can first see in unisexual phylum. So egg with chitinous shell, cleavage determinate and spiral. Life cycle complicated, may be with or without intermediate host. Larval forms are rhabditiform larva, filariform larva, microfilaria, etc. These are the larval forms which comes under the phylum Nemantihelminthes. So coming to the classification, phylum Nemantihelminthes has been divided into 5 classes. That is a class, first very important class, and majority of the animals belong to this phylum, this class. Class Nematoda. So they are aquatic, terrestrial or parasitic forms. Body is slender, cylindrical, tapering towards both the ends. Body is covered with cuticle. Intestine is well formed. Body cavity is not lined with epithelium. Cloaca is absent in female. Male and female reproductive organs are well developed. Example, Ascaris and Wuchereria. Second one, class, that is Nematomorpha, that means thread-like. Body elongated, thread-like and unsegmented. Well-formed head absent. Adults are free-living. Youngs are parasite in the body of insects and crustaceans. Presence of cloaca and the excretory organ, they are absent. Example, Gordius and Paragordium. So the third class, that is Rotifera. These are very transparent, microscopic and aquatic. Ciliary apparatus is present at the anterior end. Body unsegmented and without any coelom. Flame cells in excretory organs. Example, Philodina branchionus. Fourth class, that is Gastrotricha. These are microscopic, aquatic, freshwater or marine. Unsegmented body forms like cilia in some parts of the body. Cuticle, which is present with scales and bristles. Paired photonephridia. Each photonephridia is with a flame cells. Example, Chetonotus turbanella. Class fifth, that is Chinorhyncha. Microscopic and live at the bottom. Body is slightly cylindrical with 13 indistinct segments. No cilia in the body. Head with the spine and is retractile. Excretory duct paired with paired photonephridial duct. Flame bulbs and multinucleate. Example, Echinoderus. These are the 5 important classes which comes under the phylum Nemanthi-Helminthes. So in this chapter, phylum Nemanthi-Helminthes, there is a type study of Ankylostoma duodenale, which is commonly called it as hookworm, and the common name hookworm, it is discovered in 1838 by Angelo Dhubeni. So coming to the classification of Ankylostoma or the hookworm, phylum Aschelminthes, class Nematoda, order Strongyloidea, genus Ankylostoma and species Duodenale. So here, coming to its habit and habitat, the adult worms are endoparasite and lives in the intestine of man. Hookworm flourish under primitive condition where people move barefoot. Modern sanitary conditions do not exist and human feces are deposited in the ground. So here is the picture of Ankylostoma duodenale. A, it is a picture of adult male. B, it is the female. C, that is the anterior portion of both male and the female, that will be common. And C, that is the posterior end of the male, which is expanded. So the general characters of Ankylostoma duodenale. Adult Ankylostoma duodenale are small and cylindrical in shape. It has a reddish brown color due to ingested blood in its intestinal tract. Sexes are separate. Coming to the difference between male and the female hookworm. Male hookworm. Males are about 8 mm in length and diameter, that is 0.4 mm. And the females, they are longer, about 12.5 mm in length and 0.6 mm in diameter. The posterior end of the male is expanded and umbrella-like structure is called copulatory bursa, which surrounds the cloaca. Whereas the female, the posterior end of the female worm tapers bluntly in a short post-anal tail. And the presence of cloaca in case of male hookworm, whereas the presence of anus in the female hookworm. So the anterior end of the worms of both the sexes are slightly bent dorsally, hence the name, that is hookworm, which has a large buccal capsule. The large and conspicuous buccal capsule is lined with a hard substance, and it is provided with the 6 cutting plates or teeth, 4 hook-like on ventral surface and 2 knob-like, which are triangular plates on the dorsal surface. You can see in this picture buccal capsule. The buccal capsule helps in the attachment with the intestinal wall of the host. The copulatory bursa has 2 lateral lobes with 6 muscular rays in each, and a small median dorsal lobe with 1 main dorsal ray, which is divided only at the tip. Here is the picture of copulatory bursa. So coming to the digestive system, which is tubular and very simple. It consisting of mouth, buccal capsule, muscular pharynx having triradiate lumen, esophageal bulb, intestine, rectum and cloaca in case of male, but an anus in case of female, and there are the presence of 5 glands connected with the digestive system. Respiration, no respiratory organ, anaerobic respiration. Excretion, which is a tubular and the excretory system with consisting of excretory canals and urea as nitrogenous wastes. Nervous system, which consisting of circumpharyngeal or nerve ring, and nerves they are originating from it and they are associated with the ganglia. There are dorsal and ventral ganglia. Reproduction, the sexes are separate and sexual dimorphism is well distinct. Male reproductive organ, which comprises of testis and continues with the vas deferens, which finally opens into an elongated swollen sac-like seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle soon tapers to form a narrow passage called ejaculatory duct, which opens into a cloaca. So coming to the female reproductive organ, it comprises of 2 much highly twisted tubules, the ovaries. The ovarian tubules continue into a oviduct, and the 2 oviducts, they open into a elongated and dilated seminal receptacles. Each continues into muscular uterus. So these are the general characters of Ankylostoma duodenale, which is commonly called it as hookworm. Thank you.